Welcome back to 3 Points of View. Today's topic is entering our pre-made family, meaning dating someone who already has a child.
Or children.
Children,
yeah, absolutely.
So we just want to give y'all our take on that. We'll start
Let you kick it off, because
Yeah.
I know I got plenty.
I mean, I think honestly, I think it's all about the preference because you have people. I mean, are we talking about just men or women? Because some women do it too.
I'm just talking about your
Yeah, we're talking about you as a man. How do you feel?
Okay, well, me personally, I don't really feel like that's my preference. Not that I have anything against it, because I love kids. I just feel like I don't want that responsibility outside of me participating in that. And then at the same time, it's not to say like I can't do it. It's just that that's not where I'm at right now.
And then at the end of the day, you don't have kids.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
why would I
saying.
be in a situation where I don't have kids?
That's what I'm saying. From my point of view, I don't have any kids, so it's not like I have a problem with a woman with kids. It's just that I understand her responsibilities, but I can't relate to it because I can still move how I want to move, when I want to move, and it's not, I don't have somebody depending on me that way. And then this is what makes it bad for me from my point of view is, what happens if, a lot of people don't factor this in, what happens if one of two things, me and the kid don't bond, like I don't really get along with their personality or how you doing stuff, which has nothing to do with me, and I'm subjecting myself to that.
Yeah.
Okay, or what if I really love this kid, but me and the mama not cool?
I'm getting that too.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, make them feel how I might have felt years ago and stuff like that with growing up in that situation. So I just, you know what I'm saying, I can't relate. I understand, but that's not really my preference. Like if we can talk about being cool and all that stuff, that's fine. But and another thing is too, like I don't think I should meet your kid within the first year or two, because you don't even know if you're rocking with me like that. So to do that to them, I don't think that's fair either.
I mean, I was with you to the last part because it's like for some women they feel like if you don't vibe with my kids,
okay,
it's like what's the point of like going further? So
but that's the problem.
Yeah.
You haven't even figured out if you vibe with me like
yeah,
that.
but you saying like I'm saying like the whole 1 or 2 years, like a whole year you gonna date.
I mean, I'm just saying some people move slower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
But
that's what some people see it. Yeah.
My opinion is like if it was me, if I was a single father, my daughter or my son is not meeting this woman in the first year. It would have to be a year plus, maybe a year and a month, maybe a year. Like I gotta figure out.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
And everybody moves differently.
Exactly. I don't move that fast.
I'm saying that could hinder the relationship because some people be like, well, shoot, you consider me
okay,
so important, but you don't
make
want me.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, now
Let's
you
make
get
sure,
that too, and then there's people looking at it as this is a package deal. And not only that, having said that, there's another. Some people can see that in a different, a whole 360 way of people look at it from a standpoint of like, me and a woman, and just because a woman has kids, shouldn't doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve to be in a relationship with you. Because like, some people are like, well, I shouldn't not be with her because she got kids. Some people look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? We go, okay, she got a kid doesn't mean that her and I can't work out. I mean, maybe we can work through whatever.
Yeah, but see, my thing is that's not the question he asked me though. I would have explained it that way too, but his question was my point of view as far as what I think. So, I mean, of course, but what you're explaining is from most of who point of view.
We're just talking about different situations.
Yeah. I was just saying that the year or two.
That's me.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
So I was saying,
no.
Talking about me. Okay, so
that was kind of general.
Okay,
what you were saying.
Okay, so for me, I know in the past for me, I've always looked at it like I mean, she's a woman, and I mean, her having kids. I mean, if I accept her, then I accept her kids.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I've known as I've grown as a man and as a person, I've subjected myself to more so dating women with kids based on my upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I come from a single mom, and I just thought that in my mind when I was growing up, all my mom really needed was a really good man to be a good father figure to us. You know what I mean? And so I thought that somehow I subjected myself to wanting to play that role for other single women, and I shouldn't have done that. But that was a self-conscious thing that I didn't realize I was doing until I started growing as a person and started getting to know myself a lot better. But having said that, now I don't think that I would date a woman with more than one kid because I only have one kid. You know what I'm saying? So I just in my mind, I just wanted the playing field to be the same. Not only that, well, however you look at it, at some point you're gonna contribute to the situation financially, in some way. And if you guys do decide that y'all really want to be a family, I have to be able to engage with your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a package deal. Just like I would want you to be the same with mine. But as far as time frame, I would probably move a lot slower. More so like what you're saying. I don't know about a whole year, but definitely 7 to 8 months where we got to understand how we move. You know what I'm saying? But also taking in consideration, it depends on the age of the kids too, because you got to take that in consideration too. You got like a 4 or 5 year old, and you got a 4 or 5 year old, and she got a 4 or 5 year old. Them hanging out and kind of interacting, you can kind of see what's what too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends on the situation. It varies, man. But just my point of view of it, I've changed. I've evolved. I no longer really look at it like that. My preference is looking for a woman with either no kids or one kid or somewhere close to the same age as my son. Because I'm not sure if I really want to have more kids. So not being sure if I want to have more kids, I don't think I want to add more kids to my situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Outside of one.
Well, let me ask you a question, Barry.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a preference of mine. So where I am now than I was where I was before.
Considering you have a kid, you have a son. Like, how do you deal with dating someone who has a child, but you guys discipline differently?
And that's a good. That's a great
son
question.
a certain way, and she raises her son.
But there's a middle. And that's the biggest thing. There's a middle ground that has to happen. Because at the end of the day, first of all, we need to decide if we're gonna be together.
Mm-hmm.
Because me even talking about as far as how I'm raising my son, how you raising your son, that's even not a topic of a conversation if we haven't decided if we're gonna be together or not. But what I will say is this: looking at it, and if I was in a situation like that, once we decided this is what we want to do, I would have a conversation like a family type of conversation. Let's say I get to a point where we rocking like that. My kid loves her kid, and we gelling, and we doing things as a family,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly as a family. Then that's gonna be a conversation we sit down and have.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, me and your mom were interested in bringing our family together.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing that to the forefront, and then also start talking about the structure. How do you discipline, and how do you do certain things? But at the same time, I really feel like you would kind of get an idea of that if we're hanging out. You know what I mean? And you seeing me interact with my son, and so I think that you would kind of get an idea of that, and the communication will be already kind of open to that.
Okay.
Just from observation, you would kind of get an idea.
And I didn't mean to cut you off if you wasn't done.
Go ahead. Good.
What is your point of view on?
I mean, I'm good, whatever. I know for me, no, I'm saying I wouldn't shy away from a woman who has kids.
Because neither one of you guys have dated one of those
I
kids.
never
Yeah,
said I
no.
would.
I mean, I didn't say you did. I'm saying me personally, I wouldn't shy away from a woman who has kids, but it's not like it's kind of hard to explain because I think in the back of my mind that would be like a red flag only because I don't have kids. Is for me it would be difficult to jump into a situation that she already has a kid. She has a situation already, and in the back of my mind, think like I don't have to deal with it. Like I don't even this is not my child.
Yeah.
And wait, and then on top of that, or if I do decide to get in this situation, and I start caring for the kid and like really like feeling it, feeling like getting chummy with the kid, and then we break up. It's like, well, dang.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
But
Man, I've
see,
been there.
that leads to, that also plays into what I said about making sure that, because I feel like this: if you love somebody, if you really love somebody, you damn near do just about anything for them that within your logical mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what I'm saying is, if you really love this woman, I'm really rocking with her. Like you said, the kid is a package.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to for me, you have to figure out, is that the person you really love? Because whatever else comes with it, you're gonna be honest with her about situations with this kid, depending on, not even depending on the age, depending on the situation, and you're gonna put your 2 cents in. You might not have no say so,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna put your 2 cents in.
And also, you thinking about it, there's a chance that you may get attached, and the situation go left. I was in a situation like that.
Yeah, I understand, and that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to deal with.
But this is the thing that I hate about us as people, not male, female, just as people. A lot of shit is not that complicated.
Well,
It's not. It's just not that complicated. We start thinking about what if it's just not that complicated.
I think it's sometimes it's the opposite. I think that sometimes we don't take sometimes enough in consideration because we're thinking about just as two people that like each other individually and not thinking about the longevity and
but this,
getting the kids and stuff.
This is what I was leading to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think about risk. Like what we're talking about right now is the risk of doing that as far as how you gonna feel. But whenever you do anything, it's a risk.
Mm-hmm.
When I leave out this where we're at, it's a risk that something can happen to me, or I successfully make it home.
Mm-hmm.
When you do anything, walk up the steps, down the steps. So, but that's what I meant when I said it's not that complicated. That's what I meant as far as just take the risk or don't. But figure out if this is the person that you want to take that risk with.
Yeah, I think
that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just think that too many times we don't take those things in consideration. I think I see it from the opposite way of what you're saying. I think that sometimes we don't look at it like that it is a risk, and we just they don't take those type of things in consideration and realize. But not saying realize that it is a risk, but I don't think that a lot of times we take those things in consideration. I just think that we just jump in and just boom, 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 and not thinking about the longevity and getting attached to the kid and things like that. I don't think that sometimes we give it enough thought as we should.
Wow.
It is simple. I mean, it could. I don't think that. Sometimes I think that we think it is too much. Sometimes I think we simplify it too much because it's like, well, if I like her, then what's gonna be. We're gonna rock. But nah, but you still gotta like the kid. You know what I mean? You might help financially. So I don't think that we think enough about the situation. I don't think we give it enough thought. I think we jump in too times. I know that I have in the past. Not only that, I mean, I've been in a situation where as though I was feeling the kid. I mean, me and the kids I was feeling the kids more than I was feeling her.
And that's what I said.
You know what I'm saying? And let's just be honest. I was feeling the kids more than I was feeling her. But not only that, I just think that the situation was more so. I was more ready to be a family than that person was.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, and that's the reality of it. You know what I mean?
And I know where that comes from. It comes from us
being
so
a family oriented.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what was weird about this? I'm saying talking about that. What was weird about that situation was like, you got the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be more family oriented than I am because I'm coming into the situation. You know what I mean? So, but that's neither here nor there. But we live and we learn.
I will say this though. This is just being personal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that you move fast, it makes me not. Because I can see, I've already seen some of the things that I would do and I wouldn't do.
Well,
so
that's
you help me learn, of course.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't. I'm just like, he always think I'm what's he say?
Super cautious.
No, he said the government. I was like, damn.
But we're getting off topic.
No, I'm just saying though, because of that, I move slowly. So
yeah,
that's
I
what
respect that.
Leading to what I was trying to say is, you should make sure, like I said, that you're really willing to take this risk with this person. Period. If that's what if that's what's on the table.
It's
If
tough,
you
man. I
or-
mean, it's just tough dating
But
somebody
this
because.
is what I did want to say, and this is general.
Mhm.
Some men and women are looking for that.
What?
They're looking for somebody that already got a kid, and I just wanna join the family and be a part of it
Yeah.
because you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, they might have never had that family
Mhm.
before, and that's all they've been looking
Different
for.
reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Different
Yeah.
reasons for it, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I had that issue, then I would probably just jump right into it. But I don't think I didn't mean to say issue, but I mean if that was how I felt, it is.
Just want to say your perspective on it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I think you said this earlier. Like we grew up so family oriented, so it's kind of difficult for me to be all gung ho on someone else's kid, only because it's like I want to be a father. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it would be different if I came to the conclusion like, nah, I don't want,
You can't
like,
be.
I don't want kids of my own, and I'm like firm on that. It's like I don't plan on having my own children. I'm like, okay, I don't have a problem dating somebody who has kids. It's like I know I don't want kids, and I'm cool with helping you with raise your child. But
Yeah.
for me, to jump into a situation with somebody who has kids already, and then I'm bonding with this kid. Like, well, dang, I kind of I want a kid of my own now, or what I mean, I'm doing all this stuff, and I wouldn't, I can't even do that for my own child. Like you're not. Really,
Yeah, I think I was in the situation.
Yeah.
At some point in the relationship, I felt like that. I'm spending more time with this family than I'm spending with my own son. Yeah, I mean, I was in a situation a little similar to that, but I guess for me, man, I never really when I've dated women in the past with kids, I don't factor that in. I mean, I just in my mind I'm like it's a package. If I love her, I'm gonna have to love her kids. So it's just something that I just naturally just do. You know what I'm saying? I just naturally just do it. Because I already assumed that that's the case. And even when I was younger, I was a little bit different. I'm a lot more mature than I was then. But I mean, I always just factor that in. It's like that's the case. And then you got kids, and you got to accept it. If you want to be with her, then that's the move. But
let's be clear. Not saying that women with kids is bad.
no,
Never
not at all.
said
I
that.
never said that.
No.
No, women with kids is
Yeah.
absolutely fine. It's just your
Yeah.
preference, and it's
Yeah,
just
that doesn't make
more
that
so
doesn't make her good or
how
bad.
you want to move. Everything,
Yeah.
everything is not for
And
everybody.
this is also what I want to
It's
say.
women.
I'm
Women
I'm
don't
glad
want to be with men with kids.
I'm glad you said that because I also wanted to say this too, and I was going to forget. Just because a woman has kids doesn't mean that she ain't the one for you.
Yeah.
Right.
So you wouldn't know without indulging in trying to be a part of that.
And that was
package or
that
whatever.
used to be
So
my
sometimes-
perspective on it.
Sometimes men miss out on the one that's for them because she got a son or she
Yeah.
got two kids.
Mhm.
I agree, and that's why I
So
said
yeah,
I
I'm
wouldn't
glad you
shy
said
away
that.
from a woman.
And it's so-
Yeah, I wouldn't either. It's
Yeah.
just about me personally. I wouldn't shy away from her. What it is me and you have to make sure that we good because anything that I'm telling you, I need you to know
Mhm.
that I'm saying this from a place of care and concern, and I'm saying this because I feel like maybe you didn't see what I'm seeing, or you're not looking at it like I'm looking at it. Now you get to talking to somebody about their kid, and they don't trust your thoughts or even respect your mind, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The first thing is to make sure that I'm rocking with you, because you could roll out with the baby at any time. I mean, you obviously did it to the last guy, or
Yeah.
or whatever happened, y'all not together,
Mhm.
so whatever in that situation. But yeah, so you got to get to know who it is first, and y'all got to have a bond first.
Well, let's talk about let's talk about the other side of that. For men who dated women, knowing that they have multiple kids, but at the same time really just trying to hit because it's convenient. It ain't like she got a lot of time to give out. Let's talk about that side of it.
Okay, but
Because a lot of men do that.
okay,
You
but
agree with that?
let's be honest about this though.
Mhm.
As long as he's not taking it from her, there's no problem because she obviously wanted to do this too.
No, we're not. I'm just talking
That's
about.
what I'm
I'm
saying.
just
I'm
talking about
just
it being a mutual. I'm
I'm just
talking about
saying.
everything
I'm just
being.
saying. Period. Like
Yeah.
you can't prey on somebody like that because
It's wrong. You're telling me that you're saying that it's wrong to do that.
I'm saying there's no way to do that
Okay.
because she's either going to indulge with you in that manner because she wants to, or not. So you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna wait.
What do you mean? No, I disagree. I think.
Like
there
I
is
mean,
a
let's
way to
be
play.
honest. You could When I say pray, I mean nobody's falling victim. Now, I get what he's saying. He's saying like, okay, you playing her. You basically.
No, but what I'm saying is you're praying on a situation like that when you know that. Well, anytime you. Well, I guess my question.
But playing,
okay.
Not
okay.
praying.
Okay, we're playing. I guess for me, anytime that you know that you have the upper hand, is you're playing with someone. You agree with that, right? When you have the upper hand.
What is the upper hand?
You know that you're in control of the situation. Anytime you feel like you're in the control of a situation and you have a person in a situation where you can control it and you can dictate what happens. You don't think that happens in a situation?
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah, I'm lost. Like, what you mean? Like, you're not making this woman want to go out with you and all that. You're not making her do nothing like that. And the upper hand is like, if I work for you or we supposed to be working as a team or something, I'm like, look, if you don't do this and I ain't gonna do this, so we're not probably gonna get it
So
done.
what I was getting is
upper
you
hand.
basically saying like, okay, a woman has a couple of kids.
And I don't have none.
And you don't have none. You know that, okay.
Oh, you can leave when you want
come
to.
when you want to, leave when you want to.
That's what I mean. That's not
That's
praying on somebody. She's either gonna allow that or she ain't.
Well, what he's saying, when you say praying on someone, that's not the praying. He's like, look, when you deal with those types of women because you know you can come in and leave.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna stand on what I think.
Your point of view. Go ahead.
It ain't no sucker in this equation, cause she would be, if you're praying on her, she would have to be the sucker. No, there's no sucker in this situation. She's either gonna deal with him doing that or she's not.
Yeah, but that don't mean that you're not a sucker because you're dealing with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm lost.
I mean, if you looking at it if I'm looking at it from your point of view, you're saying somebody has the upper hand, they can control the situation. You can't control the situation. The situation is being manipulated.
How about manipulating the situation?
But I'm saying though, I'm still sticking with what I said. At some point, she's gonna see that he's not really there for her and the family. He's only there for his own pleasurable gain.
That's the point of view that I'm talking about.
If she's going to see that for herself and allow that, how is she being preyed upon?
Okay, let's say that in reserve. Let's say that.
Wait. Let me answer that. Because for some women who have multiple kids, they feel like, well, ain't no man going to settle down with me. Ain't no man going to marry me. If this guy's giving me attention, I'll deal with it. Because I know that ain't nobody else gonna. I'm not good enough for anybody else.
So this is what I'm saying, and I don't care how this comes off because that's just what it is. That has to do with her self-esteem. That ain't got nothing to do with. I see it the same way as if you flip it, it's a rich, ugly dude. You know what I'm saying? And you got a woman that he feel like because of his situation, which is not kids, but it's money. I got money. I probably would never be able to holler at her, but I know she gonna talk to me because I got money. And then you indulge, and then she play you. You already knew the plan before.
Yeah, I mean, I feel.
I'm not saying that it's okay to just be for somebody to just do you wrong, but I mean I don't know. I can't speak for other people, but I wouldn't. I'm not saying that I'm always like this looking for stuff like that, but I wouldn't. I would at least try to pay attention to see if this person really rocking or whatever. But that's just my point.
Yeah, I think you also have to take into consideration like people's feelings. So it's like you don't think about you're thinking, okay, well, yeah, you got to make sure that this dude is doing this or this chick is doing that.
But it's not always like that.
But when you involved, you're not thinking that way. You think, shoot, this guy care about me and my feelings. He making me feel different, or she making me feel different, and then they tend to, not look at this, or they don't look at that, and then by the time they realize it,
they don't let so much slide.
Yeah, it's 2 years down the line or 6 months down the line, and then you're thinking, shoot. I mean, I've been with him, and he giving me this attention. I might as well just go through it. Or if I do leave him, am I gonna find somebody else? Or I'm gonna have to deal with another 2 or 3 years of being alone.
But see, that's like I said, that's what I was saying about the whole complicated thing. Anything you do is a risk. So you either simplify it or you make it complicated. But let me ask you this though. Right now, at this moment, right now, would you go into an already made family and it's past what you're saying? She got 2 kids, and would you go into an already made family and she got 1 or 2 kids?
Me?
Yes.
No.
No.
Not right now. Where I'm at in my life, no, I wouldn't, because I'm not ready to be somebody else's father right now.
I feel.
Yeah. So, and I feel.
Or fatherly figure.
So I don't feel that way. I don't feel like. I feel like there's a difference between it being a fatherly figure and being someone's.
That's what I'm
actual
saying.
father.
Right. Because
So
it could be a situation where the child has a father.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, you can be a fatherly figure to a relative, and just being a man in someone's life, and doing certain things that are father, like taking a fatherly role without being someone's father. In my opinion.
Yeah, we agree with that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That I feel like there's a difference. I think it's a little bit different if I'm in a relationship with your mom, and I feel obligated to play that role as your father, because that's what a lot of I feel like that's what your mother would expect me to be like. Take certain roles, and some women are like that. Like, okay, well, shoot, you the man in my life. You you should be doing certain things that his dad should do as far as being his.
Yeah, not
I
every.
think there's a levels to that, because I could be in a situation where a woman has a kid and they have a father, they just not together.
Right.
They're just not together. So with that being said, I'm playing another man in the child's life. I'm just
Right.
another man in the child's life. I'm not trying to be him or she. Him or her father.
Right.
I'm just trying to be.
I understand that. Yeah.
A man in her life, an additional man in their life.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. Like, you could be a fatherly figure without trying to be someone's father. That's I agree with that. What I'm saying is, me in my mind, I'm thinking the type of woman that I would want to be with will understand. Well, shoot, the mindset that I have, like if I'm involved in your child's life, I want to be like fully involved.
Well, that comes with
And
marriage.
that's what I'm saying. And I think, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and I don't think I'm ready to be thrust in that, because it's like I only know 1 gear. I can't go.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you gotta be
I
open.
can't tippy toe.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you got to be open minded
Yeah.
to with dealing with.
That was my whole point.
Yeah.
From what I said, from it being personal for me or general. Because generally, some I know men that do that. They don't mind a woman with kids. They go right into it.
Mhm.
And then I know for myself and other people I know, they look at it the way that I do. Like let me fit. It's not no.
Mhm.
It's just let's figure this out.
Mhm.
Let's figure me and you out first, and then everything else. Because whatever it is, me and her gotta handle it together.
Yeah.
So, but that's just my point of view.
So I guess my point of view is I guess you basically answered the question. So you wouldn't date a woman with kids.
But you
At this point.
didn't answer his question.
I didn't.
What's the question? I'm sorry. Your question to me is I said I would. I would date a woman with kids. More than one?
More
That's
than
what
one.
you said,
That's
more
I said,
than what you were saying, more than one.
More than your preference.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Now, would I do it? Like I said, I would not shy away from it. No. It would, like I said, it would have to be a me and her kind of thing. Not whatever she got going on with her son or her daughter or whatever the case. I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? But I got to make sure that me and you rock in a certain way in order for me to, take it to the next level and try to be a part of that family that you already have. Because, like I said, at some point this is about the kid first, and then whatever you want for the kid, whether it's me or not.
Mhm.
Because it gets tricky at some point. Because I'm not the kid's father, so you can tell me, pack up and roll. I'm gonna do this with, me and my son or me and my daughter for whatever reason.
Mhm.
So I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I would tread light.
I mean, that's fair.
I just think that, our situations are completely different.
I would stay open-minded. Yeah.
Open-minded. That's my point of view.
You good with that, Lamar?
I'm good.
Mm?
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
What's your point of view?